message flashes on James's secret phone. I know the path up the hill. He's staying with Diep and little Nee, but only by hiding in the shadows from his own father. So how long can this fragile secret survive? Hi everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're diving into episode 19 as CEO James risks everything to stay close to Diep and Nai under strict hidden rules, while his father's net tightens around them. If you enjoy the story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. The hillside house sat quiet under a cold mountain mist. Diep kept the lantern by the door, not because she expected guests, because she feared them. Nee had just drifted back to sleep when Diep heard it. 3 soft knocks, not loud, not rushed, like a secret that didn't want to be caught. Diep's breath stopped. 3 knocks again. She moved to the door and opened it only a crack. James stood under the eaves, damp hair, tired eyes, shoulders tight like he'd been carrying a storm on his back. For a second, he didn't speak, like saying her name out loud could ruin everything. Diep, his voice was barely there. Diep's throat burned. You can't come here. Your father, I know. He didn't step in. He stayed outside, respecting the line she hadn't even drawn yet. But I couldn't leave you. Behind her, Nee woke fully, rubbing her eyes. The moment she recognised him, her little body lit up. Uncle James! James dropped to one knee and opened his arms. Nee ran into him without hesitation, as if the world had never been scary at all. James hugged her gently, too gently, like he was afraid even his heartbeat might be too loud. Diep watched them, torn in half, relief and fear fighting inside her. James, she whispered, people are watching. Your father doesn't need to shout, he moves, James nodded. That's why I won't stay openly. He looked up at Diep, calm but determined. I'll stay with limits. I'll hide. I'll come only at night. If anyone asks, you haven't seen me. Diep's eyes filled. That's living like a thief. James held Nai closer. No, it's living like someone who refuses to let his family be taken. The bamboo outside creaked. Somewhere down the slope, a motorbike passed. Then silence returned, heavier than before. Diep swallowed. If you stay, you follow my rules. Anything. Diep lifted one finger. 1, daylight, no stepping outside. Okay. 2, you don't go near the DJ office when farmers are around. Okay. 3, if you hear strange voices, footsteps, engines, you leave immediately. No arguing. James's jaw tightened. I swear. Nai pulled back from the hug and glared up at James with a tiny angry face. I'm mad, James blinked. Mad at me? She nodded hard. You disappeared. Diep turned her face away, eyes stinging. James softened. I didn't disappear. I was fighting something big. He tapped Nee's nose. But I'm here now. Nee hesitated, then leaned her forehead into his shoulder, forgiving him in the quiet way children do. Diep opened the door wider. Come in, quietly. Before sunrise, James moved through the house like a shadow. No lamps, no curtains, no sound. He boiled ginger tea, folded blankets, fixed a loose latch on the window, helping in ways that left almost no trace. Diep watched him, feeling the strange pain of having him close while pretending he didn't exist. You can't go to the market with me, she said softly. I know. You can't take Nee to kindergarten, James paused. His expression flickered, just for a moment, like that rule hurt more than the danger. I know, he repeated. Diep's voice cracked. Then why stay? James reached into his pocket and slid a cheap old phone onto the table. For this, Diep stared at it. My main number can be tracked, he said. If something happens, call this one only. Keep it hidden. Diep's stomach turned cold. So it's real. It's real, James said quietly. But we're not hiding because we're wrong. We're hiding because he's powerful. A sudden knock hit the front gate, sharp, impatient. Diep froze. James didn't hesitate. He slipped behind the stacked cassava sacks and lifted a narrow wooden panel. In one smooth motion, he vanished into the storage space behind the wall. Diep forced her breathing to steady, then opened the door. A neighbour woman stood there holding a basket of eggs. "Diep, I brought these, and did I hear a man's voice earlier?" Diep smiled too quickly. "No, Chi, just the radio, thank you." The neighbour's eyes wandered past Diep's shoulder, curious and searching. Diep shifted her body to block the view. Nai was restless, Diep added. "She's finally asleep again." The woman laughed, half teasing. "You're always busy. All right, all right." When the gate finally closed, Diep leaned against the door, legs weak. From behind the wall, James's voice came out low. "I'm sorry," Diep whispered. "This is what it means now." James answered, "Then I'll learn how to be silent and still stay." Late morning, Diep went down to the DJ office at the crossroads alone. The road was alive with farmers hauling produce, motorbikes stacked with sacks, voices calling prices. The office sat slightly back from the main path, quiet, but in the perfect place to see everything. Inside, James's mother was waiting. She looked calm in a simple cardigan, but her eyes were sharp with fear she was trying to hide. The moment Diep stepped in, the older woman took her hands. "He came back," Diep nodded. "Last night." Relief flashed, then disappeared. "My husband called the security team," she whispered. "He said, 'Find him before he embarrasses us further.'" Diep's blood went icy. "He'll come here." "He might," James's mother said, "so we prepare." She led Diep behind a shelf and pressed a hidden latch. A narrow door opened into a tiny dark back room, bare, tight, but enough for a man to disappear. "If James must come here," she said, "he enters from the back. No one sees." Diep stared at her, stunned. "You planned this." James's mother's voice shook slightly. "I can't fight his father loudly, but I can protect my son quietly." Outside, an engine slowed near the crossroads. Both women froze. A black sedan stopped. James's mother's face tightened. "That's him." Footsteps approached, slow, confident, like the road belonged to him. The office door creaked open. James's father stepped inside, scanning the room like he was counting property. His voice was calm, almost polite, and that made it worse. "Where is my son?" The DJ office went silent the moment James's father stepped inside. He didn't need to raise his voice. His calm was the pressure, like the air itself belonged to him. His eyes swept across the room, the chair slightly pulled out, the cup that still held warmth, the faint scuff on the floor near the shelf. Then he looked at Diep. "Where is my son?" he asked again, slow and controlled. James's mother smiled gently, placing herself between him and the shelf without making it obvious. "You drove a long way. Sit. I'll make tea." "No." He stepped forward anyway. "I didn't come for tea." Diep's throat tightened. She forced her face to stay calm, but her hands turned cold at her sides. James's father leaned closer, voice low. "I heard he's been hiding up the hill, living like a beggar." Diep's eyes flashed. "He's living like a man who chooses love." A brief pause, then the father's gaze sharpened. "Love doesn't build a legacy, blood does." James's mother's tone hardened. "Legacy also depends on what kind of father you are." His father's jaw tightened. "You've become soft." "Or I've become human," she replied. For a moment the room felt like a rope pulled from both ends. One wrong movement and it would snap. James's father took a slow step toward the shelf. Diep's heart slammed. Behind that shelf, behind that hidden door, James was holding his breath. His father stopped only a short distance away, as if he could smell the truth. He stared at the wooden line where the secret latch sat, then turned his head slightly, listening. Diep didn't breathe. James's mother lifted a teacup and set it down with steady hands, just enough sound to break the silence. His father's eyes returned to her. "Don't protect him. You're only teaching him to embarrass the family." James's mother didn't blink. I'm teaching him to survive. The father's gaze slid back to Diep again, cold and dismissive. And you should know your place. Diep stepped forward 1 inch. My place is beside my child. A tiny crack of surprise appeared in his expression, then vanished. He gave a faint, humourless laugh. That adopted child? Diep's chest burned. She is mine. He looked at Diep as if she were a stubborn stain. Family is blood, and my son will return to where he belongs. James's mother's voice turned sharp. And if he doesn't, his father answered with chilling calm. Then I remove the things that tie him to the mountain. Diep's stomach dropped. Before either woman could respond, he continued, I'm leaving someone here. He walked toward the door, then paused. A man will stand outside as a customer. He will watch this office. If James appears, I will know. Then, without another word, he left. The door closed. The air finally returned. James's mother exhaled, almost shaking now that the storm had passed through. Diep turned toward the shelf with eyes full of panic. James! The hidden latch clicked. James stepped out from the dark back room, face pale but eyes burning. His mother grabbed his shoulders. You cannot stay here today, not even 1 hour. James clenched his jaw. I won't leave Diep and Nai. You will protect them by staying hidden, she said firmly. If he catches you, he won't only punish you, he'll destroy everything around you. Diep swallowed hard. He said he'll remove the things that tie you to the mountain. James looked at Diep. That means Nai. Silence. Diep's hands trembled. Then we changed the pattern. James nodded. No more predictable nights. That afternoon, Diep took Nai to kindergarten like normal. Nhi held her hand, swinging their arms happily, unaware of the danger moving like smoke around them. At the gate, Nhi looked back once, scanning the road. Uncle James not coming? Diep crouched and fixed Nhi's scarf. Uncle James is working. Quietly, Nhi pouted. Tell him I'm still a little mad. Diep smiled through a sting in her eyes. I will. On the walk home, Diep noticed things she never used to notice. A motorbike parked too long at the crossroads. A man pretending to browse vegetables while watching the office door. Eyes that looked away too late. The spy. Diep quickened her steps up the hill. When she reached the hillside house, she locked the gate, then listened, hard, for any sound behind her. Night fell like a blanket. An owl called once, then 3 soft knocks. Diep opened the door. James stood there again, mud on his shoes, breath white in the cold. The moment he stepped inside, the house felt warmer, then terrifying again, because warmth was exactly what could betray them. Diep didn't let him speak first. You can't come every night, she said. James nodded immediately. Then tell me the new rules. Diep took a breath. 2 nights a week. Only. James's eyes tightened, but he didn't argue. Okay. The other nights, Diep continued, you sleep in the hidden room near the DJ office. You enter from the back path only. No main road, no lights. James nodded again. Diep pulled out a red cloth from the kitchen drawer. We need a signal. She held it up. If this cloth is hanging behind the stove vent, it means danger. You do not come in. You turn back immediately. James stared at it like it was a knife and a lifeline at the same time. And if I'm inside and you hear something, Diep's voice cracked, but she forced it steady. Then you leave. Even if Nhi cries, even if I cry. James's eyes reddened. Diep, you promised, she whispered. Nai first. James nodded. Slow, painful. Nai first. For a brief moment they allowed themselves peace. James folded a piece of paper into a tiny chicken, practicing for the day he could walk openly beside them again. Diep watched, quiet tears falling without sound. When Nhi came home later, she climbed into James's lap like it was the safest place on earth. I'm not mad anymore, she murmured sleepily. James kissed her forehead. Good. Nhi blinked. But if you disappear again, I'll be mad forever. James held her close. Then I won't disappear. Knee drifted off, her small hand still gripping James's shirt. Diep sat near the door, listening to every sound outside. Then James's cheap phone vibrated on the table. A single message. No saved name. Just cold words that made Diep's blood turn to ice. I know the path up the hill. Diep lifted her eyes to James. James read it once, then looked up slowly, his face tightening into the kind of calm that only appears when danger is very close. He didn't panic. He only whispered one sentence, like a vow. Then we don't have much time left.
Quang kể áp lực công ty, camera nháy sáng, bóng lạ thoáng qua và không biết Linda có sống sót qua được đêm nay không. Mọi người nếu thấy video hay hãy cho mình một like, một subscribe. Cảm ơn mọi người nhé.